Hi there, this is Tim with a video of a game that I have been developing. Now, I'm a complete rookie at this. This is my first attempt, or first serious attempt at anything like this. I've tried all the game engines and things in the past, and none of them have really worked out. I'm using Godot for this, and I'm actually having a really nice time with it. I've done a lot of coding in the past on websites with PHP and stuff like that, and it's actually really helped me to be familiar with the scripting in Godot. And yeah, I'm actually feeling quite comfortable. So, what you're seeing here is a low poly game that is inspired by Zeewolf, which was a Commodore Amiga game from 1994, I think. And I've basically rebuilt a world that looks kind of similar. In the background, you can see a landmass that is procedurally generated, and each mission or map will have basically a world seed, which will set up the landmass. You know, like how high the hills will be. There's two kind of valley systems which should go through the middle of the landmass to basically cut into what's effectively a dome that's surrounded by water. Up at the top left, you can see a mini map. The green is me, yellow will be the carrier once I take off from it. And on the mini map, you can see red are tanks, orange is your primary objective, which is a nuclear facility, and purple is an enemy helicopter that's flying around. The enemy helicopter isn't finished yet, like it doesn't have a death state or anything like that. When I kill it, it will just disappear. And also in the background, you might see a friendly fighter flying around being chased by a couple of enemy ones. And that's because we cannot launch other fighters because we have this downed one next to me on the aircraft carrier right here. So there are limits to the map, obviously. I've basically put in visual representation for that. This red line that appears at the side. It basically disappears when you get away from it, so you know you don't have this annoying looking red line. There is also an altitude limit, and yeah, we're going to take a flight towards the landmass here. The basic controls, you do have altitude adjustment and things. You can crash into the water, crash into the hills, and you basically just move your mouse around the helicopter's shadow to control direction. It does also have an auto fly system. You basically put the mouse somewhere, press the middle mouse button, currently the middle mouse button, and it'll just fly there. So it'll then ignore your mouse movements, and you can just get it back by just pressing the up cursor key again currently. So yeah, you can see a couple of tanks and things like that. There's obviously trees as well. How the oh, you just saw a tank shell fly past me there. I probably should say that all of the enemies are lookouts for all of the enemies. So if one tank sees you, they all see you. The helicopter then knows where you are, and you basically are then being chased by all of these enemies. So you can see the missile counter is now down in the yellow. There's about a minute left. I'm going to quickly take out the helicopter, which doesn't have a lot of defenses. It does actually have a minigun, but it's not going to be able to take me out, I don't think. I'm just going to launch these air-to-air missiles. That's that one dead. And then now here, you can see there are missiles starting to rise up here. We've got about 30 seconds before the launch. This is an air-to-ground missile, and you have to keep the mouse over the target to actually be able to fire these. And there's different damage states as it gets hit here, but you have to do it before the missile launches because that would be mission over if you did not. So now the primary objective has been destroyed. There's various tanks and things that I could still destroy. Obviously, they need a ground lock. Okay, got him eventually. So you can see, obviously, you can take out these targets here. You do have, obviously, the air-to-air missiles, you have the air-to-ground missiles, and you have a minigun as well that I haven't fired yet. But one of the things I think is pretty cool is that all of these trees are an individual object, and you can take out the trees as well if you want to. Oops. But yeah, so you can try to be a little bit stealthy. You can try to not be seen by these tanks. And I obviously haven't done any kind of gameplay balancing or anything of that sort yet. This is just a random number of tanks, or I think I have it set to 10. One helicopter that can't really defend itself. There is another thing that's moving around the map in the water that can also spy your position. So if you think you're being really stealthy, you might actually be seen by that as well. But yeah, it's just a work in progress. And I just wanted to put a video together where you can see everything. There's a few little kind of nice to have things that I didn't really need to do, but I did anyway. Like if you look at the front of the helicopter, you can see a little ball with what looks like a single white pixel underneath it. That's actually the minigun, and it will actually move from side to side, kind of separately from the helicopter. So wherever the bullets are going here, that's obviously the direction from it. The air-to-ground missiles actually come out from a little black area right above that, and the air-to-air missiles are the white things on the winglets. And you can see I actually have I actually should have 4 of those left, but it's actually showing me 5, so I'm going to have to figure out that and why that's not working in the code, because basically whenever I fire one, it's supposed to take one off alternating wings. So I will figure that out. But the hangar is right, or not hangar, the carrier is right here, and you can land on it. Just basically land anywhere near the H, it lands, and then you basically can get rearmed, and you can go back out there. I haven't made it an instant rearm. You can see each thing kind of slowly goes up, the fuel being the slowest. And currently I've not made it so that you can repair your airframe, which is currently on 67%. So let's head back out there and try to take out some of these tanks. Looks like on the minimap that there's one in this direction. I haven't actually seen the jets in a little while, so maybe they're actually done with their whole thing. Currently the jets won't come after you as the player helicopter at all. But I do think that, you know, eventually with an actual, with a helicopter that's an actual challenge, with, you know, like anti-aircraft missile launchers and stuff like that all in the game, then I can start to kind of fine-tune the actual gameplay and the difficulty and stuff like that. I just kind of, I have to have everything actually there first. But anyway, I hope that was interesting to see. I actually think a lot of these tanks are maybe out of shells now, so they're just kind of sitting ducks. But yeah, I I hope this was interesting to look at. If you're interested, obviously feel free to follow me on, social media and all that stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.